Ladies and gentlemen, my esteemed guests, today I've gathered you all here because I believe after weeks and weeks of filler episodes, a main China law Wikipedia certified is back in our hands.
Netizens act like I'm so. They're making me sound so evil. I'm actually a really good girl.
What y'all know about Guo Meimei? On the surface level, some could say, as Cardi B would gracefully put it, face bomb, ass tight, rack stack up to shag height. Now, just last week, an account called GuoMeiMei Fighting had Weibo hot searches by the balls. Not because of the thirst traps or the Tiffany blue Rolls Royce, it's because from the moment she existed until now, where scandal after scandal after scandal, her account was finally banned, trending as we speak. Netizens on scene weren't too kind. Considering what she's done over the years, her account should have been blocked long ago. The originator of flaunting wealth, dubbed by Xiaohongshu Red Note. Hey, you know it's legit when Red Note, when a late-stage capitalism's proudest update, hands out that title, huh? That's like if YouTube Shorts handed me the title Most Brain-Rotted Person of the Year. You know my slop is certified. But flexing, huh? What could go wrong flexing? I mean, unless you're on the losing end of the band for band getting clowned on, I think it's fair game. Well, if that's what you think.
Do I have a surprise for you?
I'ma take you to May 2011, where 20-year-old Guo Meimei finally became Weibo verified. But then what came along with this verification status was a bio description in bold text, and it says, Commercial General Manager of the Red Cross Society of China. Ma'am, I believe there's a conflict of interest in your business, and of course along with this status, Guo Meimei then continued her flexing throughout Weibo, wearing this status, and as a result she began to garnish more and more attention, as you can probably imagine. Netizens were like, okay, you cannot be like, we're the ones who make it brighter days, so let's all start giving, and I did 15 on my check-ins, big Louboutins when I'm stepping in the same chorus. Like, what are you trying to? Oh, I know, this is the tax fraud speed run challenge, Fanbingbi special. Then as the behavior continued, people quickly noticed something curious on her friends list, an account called Guo Changjiang RC. Why is that significant? Well, it's because Guo Changjiang happened to be the vice chairman of the China Red Cross at the time. I mean, the RC in his handle stood for Red Cross. And a connection like that all of a sudden started making sense at the time because, well, they both have the last name Guo, so maybe they're father and daughter, or maybe it's the hey daddy and two people turn around type of situation. I don't know, like that was the speculation. But then as the rumors got wilder and wilder, the organization itself was soon brought to the forefront of this scandal, and the public, rightfully so, demanded an answer. And the question at hand is my donation money going to your sugar baby's Maserati Gran Turismo? The skepticism got so bad that nobody was donating. Literally. Now, along the same time period, the unemployed also stumbled upon a new piece of evidence. It's crucial, this one. It blew up instantly. Where they firstly discovered the existence of a subsidiary under the Red Cross called Tianlue Group, and secondly claimed that Guo Meimei was involved in a transactional relationship with the chairman of Tianlue Group, Mr. Chu, and thirdly, it was through Mr. Chu, Guo Meimei supposedly became a stakeholder within the Red Cross, hence giving her that status of commercial general manager. So that's two fine leads primer than Beijing's real estate right here, right now. So let's address them one by one. Now, on Red Cross's end, Mr. Ding, the director of the Policy and Regulations Department of Red Cross Society of China, along with Guo Changjiang, the alleged godfather, the VP of Red Cross, both stood out to address the claims collectively that, firstly, we don't know who Guo Meimei is or why she drew this association, and secondly, there is no such thing as that department in Red Cross, so there's definitely no general manager of that status either. And thirdly, the most important part, Guo Changjiang addresses the claims directly by saying, I don't even have a daughter, so I don't know where all this is coming from. Then on Tianlue, the subsidiary of Red Cross's end, in an interview conducted with Mr. Chu, he claims, oh, I don't know nothing about no Guo Meimei or Guo Meiling, matter of fact. That was her other name. Nobody like that, no sir, has ever worked in my organization. Okay, so then what the hell's going on? Who's capping? I need to name somebody. I'm gonna tell you the truth of the matter is, nobody was capping. In order to solve this mystery, allow me to present the logistics chain of Red Cross. Trust me, it's worth it. This is Red Cross, the organization with the scandal at hand, a non-for-profit, right? Now, towards the bottom of the Red Cross, we have a for-profit department. Now, it's not called Commercial Red Cross, but it is a business department. Now, that department is connected with Tianlue and Mr. Chu's company. The people were right, but I want you to forget about this company, because this Red Cross business department is also in another business partnership with a company called Wangding Market Consultation, and they have a joint project with another company, Zhonghongbo. Now, Guo Meimei is in a transactional relationship with the guy who owns the company responsible for that project. The Red Cross's subsidiary's client's sugar baby. Boom, mystery solved. So for her to put the title Commercial General Manager of Red Cross, that's like saying, I helped write a love letter for my best friend to his crush, so when he gets married, I get to f his wife. I don't know, bit of a stretch, but that's how the confusion got started. And in an interview conducted with Guo Meimei, oh well, why'd you do it? She claimed the reason for this move was...
Okay, so I was having dinner with my daddy. He was in Beijing for a business trip, related to a company called... And because my daddy usually treats me really well, he told me to work there too, and I said, well okay, but I'm not gonna be there unless I'm a director or something. So he says, okay then, you'll be a director.
Now here's the funny thing, because she says to the interviewer she didn't actually take it serious at the time. But then a few days later, while she was browsing Weibo, she noticed that all her friends that she was following either had a CEO title or director title or something like that.
And maybe that just made me kinda... wanted to chase the title too, you know? So I changed it to Commercial General Manager of Red Cross China. To be honest, I didn't even know what my company was called.
And that's an introduction to Guo Meimei for you. I'm flexing now. Good luck everybody else. Hey, you know what? I bet if Guo Meimei was sitting beside me right now, she would be very interested in today's sponsor, Free Cash. Now this will come in handy when you're looking for ways to either make some coffee money or boost that budgeting, you know what I mean? Basically, it's an online platform where you can earn money by completing simple tasks, such as filling out surveys, testing apps, or just playing games. So here's what you do, right? Once you created the account, you'll have access to a variety of activities you can do. So you can see, for example, this one, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, what actually got me into Free Cash was I really wanted to play Raid Shadow Legends, but there just wasn't an incentive, you know? So yeah, it felt like a waste of time. But with Free Cash, now there's a reason to play. By the way, you don't have to pick this one since there's over 5,000 offers, but while I'm here, might as well do the one I want to do, right? So once you follow the instructions and once you've finished, in and out, quick little adventure, you will then receive the correlating cash prizes, and it's generally a very simple process from start to finish. Now, there's actually a pretty decent Trustpilot score of 4.8 out of 5. That's coming from almost 250,000 reviews, as well as a Finance Buzz article in case you want to read more into it to see how it all works. But if that doesn't do it for you, there's also a customer service support team, along with a Reddit page. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Once that is completed, you can just simply cash out when you hit the minimum requirements. And the process is genuinely pretty fast. PayPal, crypto, gift cards, however you want to redeem. So if that's your cup of tea, don't forget to check it out via this link or in description. Back to the topic at hand. Now, I'm going to tell you an interesting piece of news that gives you a very good insight into the type of diabolical activities that Guo Meimei was on.
Not gambling?
No. I don't. This is a coffee shop. There's no gambling. I don't.
Guo Meimei has known that sugar daddy, also known as Wang Jun, since August 2009. The two met through a mutual friend called Shirley, whilst Guo Meimei was modeling for Wang Jun's Tibetan Mastiff Puck. Now, around the same time, Guo Meimei was also attending Beijing Film Academy because her mother believed that she was destined to be a track star in the field. So then comes Guo Meimei's 18th birthday in the same year, where she rents a mansion in Beijing to throw a good old Hollywood-style house party. And on the night of the party, she receives a brand new Cartier watch worth 180,000 RMB from Wang Jun, where they then formed the relationship the very next day. Bro was spawn camp. Guo Meimei then goes to accumulate more and more gifts from the same godfather Wang Jun, all the way until her 20th birthday, where she receives a brand new Maserati Gran Turismo worth 2.4 million RMB. And she was so good at getting what she wanted out of that sugar daddy, as Wang Jun claims in his interview.
Right after we slept together, she wanted me to buy things for her. So I gave her 30 grand. Then she goes, I want to be a CEO. To be honest, I didn't even know what a CEO was at the time. So I just laughed and said, all right then, CEO it is.
Whatever you want, baby, just name it. So comes 2013, Guo Meimei's infamous reputation from the Red Cross has put her on the forefront of so many hot searches that she was able to launch her own acting agency with the popularity she's gained. Now, ironically though, another up-and-coming singer, also named GuoMeiMei, suffered from the collateral damage, ended up being cancelled for 10 years straight just because people couldn't tell who's who. Seriously. Till this day, if you search up a name in Chinese social media, there are still confusion on who's actually the villain. But as virality tends to go, whilst all this flexing and screwing people over was a good dose of instant exposure, she was nowhere near the top of the leaderboard. I mean, how much more virality do we need to fill this gap between her and an A-lister? Well, modern problems require modern solutions. GuoMeiMei's done the maths, and she says we're one national scandal away.
This is a coffee shop. There's no gambling.
Comes April 2014, a piece of news began to trend virally in China. I'm talking trend. A headline that goes, Guo Meimei racked up 260 million yuan in gambling debt in Macau. But truth of the matter is that was just fake news, where she constructed the fake news with an industry-leading internet hype artist, Li Ercaisi, or Mr. Young. And let me tell you what a play that was. Because the information did initially work to her favor, spreading like wildfire all across the mainland, but then here's one thing she never saw coming. But I think you and I might know the issue, because what's the problem of spreading a piece of rumor where you're gambling in a country where gambling is illegal? The watch list goes, you're in. And within 3 months, Beijing intelligence takes out an international gambling ring during the Brazil World Cup, where no doubt the police department had the easiest week of their lives, as Guo Meimei drew the possible connection herself and paid for me to see it. And so by August 2014, Guo Meimei was arrested by the Beijing Dongcheng Police Department, along with her internet hype artist Mr. Yang and her godfather Mr. Wang. Now of course, in the same campaign, Chinese officials also discovered that Guo Meimei has been in active illegal gambling operations ever since 2010. Hey Mr. Wang, how'd you feel that your sugar baby thought it'd be a good idea to pay somebody to spread the news that she was gambling? That's illegal. In which Wang Jun quotes in custody that,
"I've never seen a more greedy person than her in the whole world. She'll literally do anything to be famous, anything to be rich. I mean, she knows how to pick men. As soon as she finds something she wants, she'll get there step by step. Like, I want this, I want that. My God, she's like a demon. I'm scared to see her."
Now, following this arrest, more stories began coming to light as she was forced to talk about how she got so rich. Remember how earlier we mentioned that she ran an acting agency? Well, actually, that was just a front, because behind that was an illicit entertainment business, where she would charge clients 100,000 RMB per night, where her assistant Mr. Liu exposed that he will often just show up to work the next day and there's just racks stacked up the shag height next to the bedside table. So then, come September 10th, 2015, the court finally rains down terror as justice comes down on her like a ton of bricks, where Guo Meimei was sentenced to 5 years in prison, as well as a 50,000 yuan fine for running an illegal casino ring, a little over 7,000 USD. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow us to take a quick halftime break on a little trivia. Do we think that the villainess has forsaken her old ways after serving that long line at the grocery store as sentence? Well, why don't we direct our attention once again to an official apology made by Guo Meimei following her release on July 13th, 2019.
Hey everyone, it's Guo Meimei. During this period of time, I've been listening attentively to all the news and reports about me. I've never been the type of person to run from the mistakes I've made, because back then, I was young, naive, and stupid.
We've never hired such an employee.
I'm sorry. I've owed this to you guys for so many years. Now I am someone cheerful, positive, with a dream. I hope everybody can accept me again. Thank you.
But I have to be honest and tell you that life after prison for our Guo Meimei was an interesting period of transition time. Because after that apology goes public, Guo Meimei immediately rebranded herself, first changing her username on Weibo from GuoMeiMei Baby to GuoMeiMei Fighting. I knew you could change, my queen. Now this of course was to add positive energy to her PR image, which was a favored PR move of that time in line with the policy. On top of all that, Guo Meimei also switched up on her day ones, closing down her loyalist fanbase that stuck with her through thick and thin. Because I can't have you goons lying around talking all this shit online no more when I'm going the positive energy hustler queen persona. She even ran a charity event for real this time, bringing joy to the children around her. What was that? Flexing? Oh yeah, the flexing still continued. I mean, if anything, it's just more relatable now because she started flexing the shit I wanted when I was a kid. She started talking shit too, by the way, when some small influencer tried to use her photos for views. Some obscure 18th tier female celebrities. Please stop using photos of yourself with me to gain attention, okay? Those who get blocked by me, don't you have any self-awareness? Disgusting. Yeah, she's back. Hey, you can't take the dog out of the GMM. But then by around 2020, she realized that her popularity is declining once again. And I mean, without any controversy around her, she wasn't really that entertaining, to be honest. She even attempted to livestream with no relative success. Tried to run an online business but was shut down by COVID. Okay, that one's not on her. But overall, things are clear that she wasn't too good at chasing the bag the good old-fashioned honest way. And, you know, Guo Meimei being herself, seeing that something needed to happen in order for her to return to her prime status, it was time to do the old reliable. Comes March same year, trouble returns in double, as she makes this gay-baiting post. So on the 3rd of March, I am a clingy little devil. I can't be apart from you even 1 second when we're in love. I wish I can be glued to you all the time. Romance. Now this post was made following a speculation that prison had actually turned her gay, and dating rumors began to spread about her and a female prison guard, so obviously she picked up on that. And so following this small traction boost, she then began spreading another much bigger rumor to follow up on this small little maneuver. And that is fabricating a one-sided love-hate relationship with another celebrity, an actor, where she claimed on Weibo back in 2014 they met in Shanghai.
In the first half of 2014, through a friend's introduction. And at that time, he was just a small-time model without an agency.
Long story short, I used to pay for your rent, so now that you're famous and I've been in prison, why'd you block me? Mr. Huang's PR team responded immediately. Never seen a PR department sweat so much. We don't know what she's trying to do. This is clearly a lie. We're gonna hand it to our lawyers. Guo Meimei then advances with another move by clinging tighter.
Remove us from trending topics, denying our love, have lawyers handle it. Now you've lit up the fighting spirit in me. How are you going to handle it, Didn't even think it was such a big deal. Just a flash of our past. So you're getting lawyers involved, huh? Okay, just book my flights. Give it 10 days. Just wait till I drop the photo evidence.
And of course, as Mr. Huang loses ground to her relentless assault, Mr. Huang's team then launches an official lawyer statement as a final warning to back off. Then on GuoMeiMei's side, seeing that virality has stirred up to its intended effects, GuoMeiMei drops her final response. Okay, we were merely just acquaintances back then. After seeing the lawyer's letters today, I realized the seriousness of the situation. I express my apologies. And with that little PR stunt, Satan's strongest soldier returns on her throne. As she becomes a hot topic, boom, just like that, virality's back on the menu. So what does she do with all that motion? Surely not make more money, definitely not in a nutrition field. Is she even a dietitian, huh? Potentially detrimenting millions of people's lives. What the hell does she think? Comes October 2020, the Shanghai Pudong Police Department releases a public statement claiming that somebody is selling illegal weight loss tablets online. But no, that don't scare the GWM, so she continues the sale, and shortly after, police then conducts a raid closing down 3 factories, 24 storefronts, confiscating over 50 million yuan worth of cash, and arresting 75 people. Now, Guo Meimei claimed that one of her weight loss candy was able to make you lose about 4 pounds, whereas a whole box makes you lose 6 to 7. Oh, I know this one. False advertising, that's why she's done it. Wrong, it's not because of the false advertising, the pills did work. What was illegal, however, see, says right here on the police statement, was the pills itself. Contained a compound called sibutramine, banned since 2010. Hey, what are you doing in there, false advertising again? Nothing, just selling drugs. So, once again, Guo Meimei comes back for round 2 of her prison sentence, where she was given 2 years and 6 months and along with a 200,000 RMB fine. Then comes 2023, following her release in September. The same narrative was spun, I'm a changed woman now. Hey, you think YouTuber apologies are bad? This seriously takes the crown. Although public sentiment on Weibo, on the other hand, is not that stupid. Didn't go easy at all, making fun of her saying, when's the next trip back? Along with a few other things, but then, following her release once again, Guo Meimei continued to flex. It was as if this is the only thing she was born to do. Then finally, till recently, on the 6th of November 2025, Weibo launched a money-worshipping cancel campaign. You know what, I wouldn't even be surprised if this was exclusively done for her, where Guo Meimei, under the context of repeatedly and publicly promoting, flaunting wealth and materialism, and then using this as a means to monetize traffic, so under that context, she has finally been the last post we ever saw, in true Guo Meimei fashion, was this Rolls Royce in Tiffany blue. Now that's what I call flexing. Do you know the word godfather in Chinese, 干爹, is used as a double meaning now because of her, where it could either mean my sugar daddy or my actual godfather. Ain't that crazy?